Hello, FreightWaves. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I'm Kendall Scott, and I'm here to introduce you to the hottest new product to ever hit collaborative logistics. This company understands that the supply chain is no longer a chain. It's a network, it's an ecosystem, and you need a technology partner that helps you collaborate like never before. I'm talking about Turvo. And with me today is the legend, Jeff D'Angelo, co-founder of Turvo, who's going to explain how Turvo lets you differentiate your brand with a whole new customer experience, how you can collaborate without limits, and then he'll actually give you a sneak peek into the product so you can see what Turvo has to offer. Without further ado, take it away, Jeff.
Thank you, Kendall, for such a great introduction. My name is Jeff D'Angelo. I'm so excited to be here and really talk about Turvo. Show you the platform, talk about why Turvo exists, what the problems are that we're solving. Why is it different than other technologies that are, sort of built for the audience that buys them versus sort of ecosystem play like ours? What's the value that's created by digitizing your ecosystem? And then showing you product. So let's jump in. So 6 years ago, we started Turvo. We founded it on this premise that we're going to try to give a common tool set for organizations to work together. Because that was the one thing that was causing all the problems of lack of differentiation, the fact that there's so much manual redundant work that's done within the chain, right? And lots of data silos and silo technologies. And so if we were going to create this common tool set, we had to look at the consumer world to say, how do we bring those type of technologies, the architecture of the softwares, like the Facebooks and the LinkedIn, into this industry and apply those concepts to these problems. And so what that creates is this sort of digitized network, the shared workflows, the single source of truth from a data perspective, the fact that our customer can now give it to their clients and create sort of a better experience overall. And so that's some of the value proposition is better customer experience, digital experience where you can solve other problems beyond the transaction of the shipment. Secondarily, we're providing differentiation in the marketplace, right? Our customers instantly become digital 3PLs, digital shippers, digital carriers. And lastly, and certainly not least, is the amount of efficiency that's gained by allowing other people and organizations to do work and then our customers to get the benefit and vice versa. So let's jump into the product. Let's show you what we have. I'm really excited to do it.
As I bring you into Turvo, I'm going to show you some scenarios where I'm acting as the third-party logistics company. Now, Turvo is going to look and feel different for every participant in the supply chain. So for example, as a 3PL, I might be doing managed transportation, I might be using Turvo as my TMS platform, or even just as my visibility and collaboration tool, digitizing my ecosystem to be able to work with them in a different way. The first thing you'll notice about Turvo is the fact that it's designed completely different than traditional TMS systems, ERP systems, etc. It's designed with the user in mind. Not only is it contextual, you know who I am, you know what I care about, you know how I'm participating in shipments, orders, inventory, etc. But it's also super intuitive, it's easy to use, and we use a lot of the design elements to create the best customer experience in the industry. And I would say that it was built so that people in organizations can adopt the technology quicker because they're used to the same type of design in their everyday life in the consumer world. Now, Turvo is really broad. It's got a lot of different applications. I'm not going to show you everything today, but one of the most important things about Turvo is the fact that, like I mentioned, it's contextual to me, the user. So I might care about certain things around shipments like running late or approaching late, or I might be working in the back office and care about things like, do we need to collect documents, or do I need to pay an invoice? I also might want to keep up my chats, my contextual chats around given shipments. And so as a user, I can sort of choose my own adventure. Now, related to that, we're also surfacing all the real-time data, whether it's coming from Turvo or coming from other systems, and maybe we're aggregating data so that the user can just take action on exceptions. So for example, something's running late. Notice all I have to do is find the running late shipments. I find those and now I start executing and operating as a sort of operator would, or I just want to get visibility. Now, a lot of our customers come to us and say, well, Jeff, how do I connect and share and collaborate with my customers? How do I differentiate to them? And the easiest way, without IT, without EDI, without sort of bringing in teams and causing pain for the customer, is simply adding the customer in your master data set, typing in the name of the company, finding them and connecting. You simply need their customer tax ID as well as their contact information. And then once I send the invite, they get a copy of Turvo 2 to work with you. It's just that simple. It's literally seconds to digitize your whole ecosystem. Now, if I want to manage shipments or see some of the powerful aspects of, let's say, exception management, I simply can do things like click # exception. It can take me to the shipments that have exceptions. I don't have to go into that shipment. I can actually see what my exceptions are. I can find out what my tasks are in line. I can even operate and execute here or see where that driver is in real time. We're literally pinging that driver every 40 seconds. Now it looks like I just got a message from Day Dole about a particular shipment. I clicked on that and it took me right to the shipment or right to the messaging tab where I can see more about this particular shipment. Notice something that no other system in the world has is this collaborative layer. So for example, I can see the days in my shipment. I can see the trucking companies in that shipment working on it. It's not just built for me, the user within my four walls, it's built for my ecosystem to work together. So I might go to that message and say, oh, can you share the POD from day? Now this is being translated in my native language for me, and I can respond very simply. And so I might go back to the trucking company and ask him to send the POD without going into email, without calling him on the phone. I can simply ask for these things. Now, as I go into documents, I go back in the document store, it looks like, oh, now there's a customer invoice and a POD that were just created. And the reason why the customer invoice is there is because I've set for auto billing, meaning when my statuses are complete, when I have documents that I need for the required shipment, Turvo does this automatically. So they automatically create this invoice. And notice we've shared certain documentation to the connected organizations that are working with us. So in this example, I'm showing a customer invoice goes to Dole in my company, but this proof of delivery has only gone to John's Trucking and myself.
And that wraps up the demo portion of our presentation. Thank you so much for joining. We look forward to talking with you at our booth.